Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I wanted to bring you a different kind of video. So what is upcoming soon in the music battle series is something I'm hosting uh, for all the melodic rappers so that we can figure out who is the best melodic rapper. And I wanted to take you guys through while I'm making the bracket and what are my decisions while I am making the bracket. So I have someone to represent each melodic rapper. Um, Obviously, there are people who we think should be on there who weren't able to get on there. I think the biggest example is Uzi. However, um, the people I'm closest with identify closest with these kinds of rappers, right? So, yes, and without further ado, this is the official certified competitors list. Again, top 8 because we're not doing 6. It'll take 3 years. And this is also, I put these numbers as the expected results, right? These are the people who are kind of expected, the general expectation of their placing, right? So, and I haven't thought of the bracket, I haven't created the bracket, I have ideas, but I haven't, this is just in skill and in influence and all that stuff. This is, what I think people would give these people, the order in which these people get. So, the competitors list is Drake, Childish Gambino, Tory Lanez, who obviously he's in a bit of controversy right now, but of course we want to give him the innocent till proven guilty that we give everybody, and so while the way he's going about things may be a bit questionable, we still have to give him the benefit of the doubt right now. And he is still in conversation for Best Melodic Rapper. A Boogie with the Hoodie, Tyler the Creator, Lauryn Hill, Juice WRLD, and Roddy Ricch. And you may be surprised that Roddy Ricch is so low on this list despite the fact that he has pretty much taken over 2020 with one album. But you have to think about who on this list is he genuinely better than, right? So that's the competitors list. Now, normally when it comes to creating tournaments, you want to kind of do it where you don't have insane marquee matchups, like super hardcore things, like off jump, right? So we have this tournament. Or you don't want to have, how do I say, not necessarily marquee matchups, but you don't want to necessarily have, like, Childish versus Drake round 1, or Juice versus Roddy round 1. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? However, there are a couple of entertaining matchups that I did want to see, and I still wanted the opportunity for it to be entertaining for you guys. I didn't want it to just, like, be a blowout and make it easy for Drake to win, right? And so I am still going to do a couple of stuff where it's people who are close to each other. But the thing is that the seating for this event is also a little bit arbitrary and doesn't really matter because everyone is really close to each other in skill. Even if you think about the bottom of the list and the top of the list, they're really not that far apart in skill-wise. So just keep that in mind when I'm making this. To start, the thing that you often do, well, first we got to add enough participants. To start, you want to put the number 8 seed with the number 1 seed. That's just kind of like customary when it comes to this kind of stuff, unfortunately. And so the number 8 seed is Roddy Ricch. And the number 1 seed is obviously Drake. So next up, we have to think about if Drake wins, who does he face off against, right? So if we put, like, Childish in this bracket, then they're not going to meet in the finals, and therefore Childish can't really get as far as maybe he would want to. And so, therefore, we got to think about, but we also, it's a lot, right? Because then we also have to think about what artists are comparable in round 1, right? We always want to try to make it as comparable as possible. So I think in round 2, let's go back to the competitors list. I think in round 2 we'll put Lauryn Hill and Juice World. Yeah. Uh, I think we're gonna put Lauryn Hill and Juice World because they're similar enough to where it's a pretty good matchup. Uh, but I also uh, think that these guys are also not projected to win, and so if they go up against Drake, it won't be like, you know, we're not sacrificing any major hitters here. So let's go to 5 and put Juice World and uh, um, Lauryn Hill. All right, so this is where it gets kind of interesting. So for this one, this one's kind of interesting. So all these guys are fairly close together in skill wise, like these 4 guys right here. And so I think from here I'm just gonna put kind of a lot of the marquee matchups that I personally wanted to see for a long time. Um, and also obviously, the competitors themselves, the people who are creating the playlists, have kind of talked to me and say, I want to go against this guy, I want to go against this one. So pretty easy. Also, when I talk to the competitors, and what I do know is that the person representing Childish did want to go against Tyler the Creator. So we're gonna make that really quickly. Oop, don't start the tournament yet. So what is that? Yep, 7. We're gonna put Tyler the Creator. Put a capital there for him. And we'll put Childish Gambino. And that way it's kind of this cool, let me minimize this really quick. So we got this cool little effect where we got Drake, the first and the second seed are, in polar opposites, right? And then and then the last one, personally, like, this is a matchup I've always wanted to see. And I will be speaking on the Tory Lanez thing. I think once it's all over, I don't really want to give a take right now where we have half information from both parties and the court hasn't really decided on anything. So I'd rather just wait until everything is kind of blown over and we have like literal evidence on that. So definitely look forward to that once everything has come out. But I am following the story very closely. So Tory Lanez versus A Boogie. This is actually a matchup I have wanted to see. I think these guys have an extremely similar place in hip hop right now. These kind of like melodic rappers who have this broad range of subject matters, and I think their attitude is this kind of like, don't I'm not this hardcore gangster, but don't test me. I also kind of like that from both of them. And yeah, so this is the tournament lineup. We got Drake versus Roddy Ricch, and like I said, obviously Drake is expected to win. However, we can have upsets, and so if the Drake guy doesn't come with the smoke, and Roddy Ricch comes in with Racks in the Middle, War Baby, the Box, if it comes down to it, Roddy Ricch could take that. Obviously, Lauryn Hill is expected to be Juice WRLD, but we don't know. If Juice WRLD comes with the sauce and Lauryn Hill doesn't bring it, it's a possibility. This one, I have no idea. I have no idea who's going to win this one. Same thing with this one. This one's going to be insanely close. I think this bracket right here is definitely like the one where it's more expected. Everything is kind of expected. And then this bracket right here, I think where stuff really begins to heat up. Also, I just wanted to go over the schedule with you guys. Basically, the way it's going to work is probably the week before Thanksgiving. or the weekend before Thanksgiving. We're gonna do well, we're gonna, and we have to do one round a day, right? So we're gonna probably do two of these rounds on Friday and Saturday of the first week. So that week before Thanksgiving, the weekend of Thanksgiving, we'll do the second two rounds, which is Friday and Saturday, and then next week we're gonna do the semifinals. So boom, boom, and then the finals will be in the third week on Friday. Hopefully that'll garner some support. We'll see who gets where, how everything works out, and remember, you are the people who choose who wins. You all vote. You all decide what happens. So really, it's up to you guys as the viewers to decide who is the best melodic rapper, and it's on us to make playlists that have quality music, not just hits, but quality music that you all will enjoy. So yeah, that's how I'm going about this bracket. I hope you all enjoyed this kind of music, and let me know who you all would have wanted as the singing rapper for this, for this tournament. I like the list we have now. I think Tyler the Creator is definitely in conversation with his past, two or three albums. Um, and yeah, I think Lauryn Hill is definitely somebody who's old school, is who is overlooked. And her album Miseducation was absolutely fire. I think it won top 10 in a magazine recently. Uh, Let me know if you all want to see me make a top 10 albums of all time. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Or not albums, but different genres of rap, R&B, all that stuff. I think it'd be kind of cool. Give me an opportunity to go into musical history. Lauryn Hill, definitely somebody who's underrated. A Boogie versus Tory Lanez, like I said, that battle is going to be insane because those guys occupy a very similar kind of place in hip hop. So, yeah, I think this is going to be the bracket. I hope everyone is excited for the event. And with that being said, this was a bit of a shorter video, but I'll see you all in the next video.